a system of economic incentives like green taxes or something else. This is our needs for a general problem. And coming to the problems, we have also mining in the south. It's concentrated in the south of the country, and it heavily impacts the forested areas. In the consequences of overlogging of forests, we face also land desertification and also land degradation problems. Another issue, especially in urban areas, is the poor waste management system, because in some communities there is even no institutional setup for waste management. There's total chaos, just it's thrown anywhere. So in big urban centers, in Yerevan especially, we have air pollution problem coming merely from transport because it's very densely populated and it has very developed road communication, transport communication. And the issue is that we do not have the monitoring system for the air pollution. And the next problem is pollution of rivers, water pollution, which comes not only from industrial plants but also from a big campaign of proactive building of small hydropower plants. So they change the flows of the river, which negatively impacts the water biodiversity and also habitats. And as you see that there are fish under this, I forgot the word. What is that?
The point, the question mark.
Yeah, it's a question mark. They're endangered. And there are parts which are totally disappeared. Okay.
That's all?
Yeah, that's
all right. So now we take the flight, we land in Tbilisi, and I've experienced that there you get some crazy drivers who run like hell, and they bring you to Kutaisi, right? Are we done? Okay. Nimeri was the region.
So, yeah. Actually, we are not from Tbilisi, but we live in the second largest city of Georgia, Coheirs, and the name of the region is Imereti. But first of all, I want to tell you that we have news for this year. We have already signed an UN association document, which means that the country has taken lots of responsibilities according to environmental protection in Georgia. So hopefully in 3 years, at least in 3 years, we will have the shorter or at least some less problems in Georgia. But from the beginning, I cannot disagree with you, because in Georgia there is a really very big problem, air pollution, because of huge traffic problems. There are lots of cars in Georgia. Public transport is not very popular, and also the factories does not protect the rules of law. I already told you yesterday, as I remember, that there are lots of factories in Georgia and they don't have good quality filters, and the smoke is coming out around the cities, and this is the reason of the different illnesses living in the local cities, and especially in Imereti. And also, if you travel in Georgia, and especially in our city, Kutaisi, you will be very lucky if you find the color trash bins on the street, because we don't have this culture. And this problem is according to the budget of our city, because we are a very, very small town, and actually Georgia is not a rich country. So I think it's kind of problem coming from the self-government, because they always mention that this problem exists because they a very small budget. So we don't have a waste management system in Georgia. We have lots of open trash dumps in Georgia, and also I'm a lawyer, and Tona is a lawyer as well. But yeah, we have a very long discussion about it. But we have laws, environmental law in Georgia, but it's not implemented in practice. You know, nobody cares of it. For example, if a factory breaks a rule, it will be given a fine. For example, 5,000 lari, Georgian lari, and 5,000 lari is nothing for them. They just paint it and continue working.
Effective sanctions.
Yeah. And then, Georgia is, and especially our region, Imereti is a very rich town with mineral resources, for example, mineral water, and different minerals under the ground. But unfortunately, our government does not protect them, and more, we don't know how to use and protect them. So these kind of trainings are really interesting for us, for the Georgian team, because we might get new information about it. We might do something in the projects to protect our very rich, unique mineral resources in Georgia. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you to everyone. We finished our street interview. So I wrap up and I'll tell you now about the lunch. So first thing, as you can see, basically we share common problems when it comes to environment and health. And are upon these common problems that we are going to work in a transnational way. Try to share experience and try to see whether practices that have been tested in some countries might be working also in other countries. So this will be from tomorrow on. Now, the information about the lunch, because the lunch is ready and we expected rain, so it will be inside. Since there is quite some use of plastic, but it was impossible to have glasses, there is a very important issue to debate. It's like we try to have each of you one plastic for drinking. You have your name. Some of them are collected there. So let's try to use what we have already, not to take new plastic. And then all the stuff that we use in the kitchen, so all the plastic, let's differentiate, because we're going to recycle. We have all the bins there ready. You can leave the room like this, because this is the representation of our project, our countries. In the afternoon, the weather is nice, so we're going to have a cultural visit of Vicenza, and we meet all together at 3 o'clock here. So lunch and free time, we have around 2 hours. So we can go eat. There are some vegetarians here.
No.
Just one vegetarian and one vegan. Because we had registered 4 vegetarians. So you two come with me and we'll bring you there to eat some grass.
Just for lunch.
We can add to the kitchen. Just please make good use of the resources that we have. All the markers, all the tapes, everything, please bring them back to the desk. Very important.